Thank you, Kate. Thank you, everyone. Welcome to Diamond Day. Kate might have mentioned that she's an incredible copywriter, God-given talent, a natural. But whatever you do, do not take any chocolate she might offer you. There's psilocybin in it. That's why. Now Kate will have a line of people waiting to meet her at lunch. It's lead gen. It's good. It's good lead gen. I have to tell you guys a story. So this morning started Harry, our nanny, who we've worked with for a long time, who has known about Diamond Day for a long time, since our very first interview. No call, no show, for the first time ever. And I am losing it. I'm not often angry, but I was angry. I was yelling. And Stefan was like, just get in the car, just go, just go. We're 20 minutes away, so I had to get in the car and come over here. And when I get in the car and I turn on the car, I shit you not, there was an interview on talk radio, which I occasionally listen to, and the interviewer had just said, pressure makes diamonds. I kid you not, just this morning. It was miraculous. I nearly wept. And as somebody who occasionally likes to gamble, I do want to set up an over-under on how many times I nearly cried today. Maybe 3. I would set the line at 3 for that. In the presence of you all. That I am just so grateful for your presence, your participation, and your openness here today. So what the heck are we here to do, really? I want to inspire you, give you the urge and the ability to achieve what you want. I want to inspire you to become more motivated, your enthusiasm for something. I want to make you more ambitious. I want you to feel less guilty for being ambitious. I want you to feel less greedy when you want more. And I'm going to show you how. And I want to transform you. But let me be real, we have just one day. But I'm going to take big swings anyway. And if we get big swings and big hits and big home runs, that would be great. But ultimately, if we get small shifts, small chips at blockages like self-doubt, imposter syndrome, overwhelm, shiny object syndrome, all the syndromes, that would be great. Part of how we do that is by focusing and observing your language. We live in language like fish live in water. Your unspoken and spoken language. How you observe the world and yourself. How you observe your observations. Even just that one shift from being victim of your observations and thinking that things are the way you view them to be, to watching your observations as if they were on a conveyor belt going by you, and then deciding what to do with them. That'll carry over into how you interact with others, personally and in your businesses. And then we're gonna engineer some stuff so that you have things to do. So you have takeaways, action steps, strategies, tactics. How important are those if you're not really bought in up here? If you still have a blockage in the way. That's why I'm gonna remove some blockages for you first. And with that will come an implementation plan. And of course, I will nag you all through micro commitments all the way up to macro ones to commit, to be open, and to execute. Does this all sound good so far? Pretty good plan for the day? Yeah. Wonderful. And along with all that, your ability will increase too. And before I move on to my next slide, I would like to do a quick inventory of the room. I know a lot of us love masterminds. That's why we're at this one. Who has been to more than 5 masterminds? Okay. Who has been to at least one other? Keep your hands up, please. Who has been to at least one other mastermind? And for whom is this their very first mastermind? Thank you guys for being here today. You're screwed now that you're at this one. You are so screwed. Other masterminds are not like this. I'm placing a huge emphasis on community and collaboration today. Everybody in this room was hand-chosen by me. In fact, some people wanted to be in this room, but they were not ready yet, and I had to tell them no, which was an emotionally challenging decision to make. I don't like conflict, but it was an easy decision to make because the quality and vibration of this room is so critically important to me that I had to make sure all of your accessories are in black. I had to make sure your notebooks are unlined. I had to make sure your pens have a 0.5 millimeter pen tip on them. It's the best pen. You're screwed with pens now also. You're just gonna become way more picky after today, basically. And if I care that much about the notebook and the pens, I can't let people in here who are not ready to be here. So thank you for being the ones who are ready to be here, and thank you for your openness here today. as we work on all of this stuff, what could the outcomes be? What are you here for today? And because we're limited on time, I'm gonna share what some of those outcomes may be, but I want you to visualize them at the same time. So if you could take a breath and get into a visualization state, maybe close your eyes. I'm trying to hypnotize you a little bit while we set the tone for the rest of the day. So this might mean something like making a thrilling personal net income, whatever that dollar amount is that you would like to see in your bank account. It might mean doubling the size of your business, going from 60 employees to 120, new office space, new desks, new computers, hiring staff that hires people for you. You walk into the office and you're like, oh, where'd that whole team come from? Along with running a team, you would trust them because you know that they're aligned with your vision and that they execute on your vision with gusto without you having to micromanage them or be afraid of them messing up. One of those outcomes might mean writing a book. What does it look like? Is your name as the author in a font with little feet? Or does it have no feet? Sans serif. It might mean you speaking on stage, like me, today. Everything I'm doing today is enacting the processes that I want to teach you. And I'm doing it in real time. I booked the venue. I said put a stage on it because I wanted to be on stage for a long time. So if I could do that, you could do that. And I'll show you some ways and remove some blocks that might have been holding you back from beginning to pursue this. And it might mean hosting your own event, small, big. Who's there? How do you want people at your events to feel after they've interacted with you? Do you want them to feel motivated, like I do? Do you want them to feel smarter? Do you want them to feel ready, as if they're finally ready? Those are some of the things I want. Maybe you're running your own mastermind, having a community that you cultivate and occasionally kick people out of. And ultimately, you're living and operating freely and fluidly beyond the realm of confidence, the construct, because you're just in so much alignment with who you are and your purpose and your passions. It might also mean creating your own offers, your own brand, your own company. If you've been freelancing or if you've been an employee and you want to grow, it could mean retiring a family member, your mom, your spouse, and they trust you. They trust you. They know that you are reliable and that they can leave their job because of you. And of course, it might mean buying a yacht or a Porsche or an 8-unit building or being really smart and just having friends with a yacht or a jet. All of the fun without the hassles. And going along with building the team, I just want you guys to visualize this too. Walking into your office, being handed the reports you care about, along with your coffee, the exact way you like it prepared by your assistant, who is thrilled to see you. And it may mean an automatic $30K, I made that number up, could be any number. What is the number for you? That automatically gets pulled into your brokerage account, but your money can make you money like we all know it is supposed to. And of course, with all those things going on, I have to believe you would be pretty close to a constant state of joy and clarity, right? Awesome. So, how the heck am I gonna do all that?
By the way, I have an incredibly valuable free gift for you. It's called the 6 Simple Mind Frame Shifts that can add an extra 0 to your business. This guide is potent. It is something that every entrepreneurial person needs to see. Go check that out at mindframe.me.
First of all, I'm not here to inform you. I'm here to transform you because I think we'll get logarithmic and exponential gains from that versus some more information. Have you heard of the internet, by the way, and books? There's a lot of information. You have every piece of information you already need. So many of you guys wrote to me that you want to be better leaders. Why aren't you? There are hundreds, thousands of leadership books. There are leadership courses. There are leadership mentors. So why aren't you? What has been holding you back? That's what I'm going to get to by doing things like this. First, I'm going to show you that wanting more is okay. In fact, it's in more alignment with who you really are. I have a mathematical equation that proves this. I used to want to be a physics major until I took really advanced physics classes. I still like science though. We're going to show you that a thrilling level of achievement is not just possible, but with your buy-in and with your commitment, inevitable. I'll show you why that is too. I have another equation. And we'll do the tactical strategies and fill in the blanks stuff. I'll give you prompts, some of my favorite things in the world, to help you generate the action steps you need to take to get further to where you want to be. And I'm gonna do some sneaky hacks to make sure you guys stay consistent and don't just leave today and go back to your old patterns so that you don't revert to the mean after today. Sound good so far?
Yeah. Yeah.
Woo! Good. It'll be really good as we chip away at all of this stuff. Your self-doubt, low self-worth, uncertainty, confusion, and lack of clarity, overwhelm, stress, anxiety, inconsistency, lack of trust, fear, facades, and the demon of your comfort zone. This is all the shit right here. So if we just fix some of this shit, all of the stuff we visualized starts coming towards us and us towards it. Tell me again, does it sound good?
Yeah.
Awesome. So I do need a few commitments from you, as you knew was coming. This room is a confidential space. I'm gonna ask people to open up and be vulnerable, and what we discuss here today stays in the room. It is being recorded. If at any point you said something that you don't want shared in a recording, tell us, and it won't be in the recording. We're all participating in a dialogue, so don't be shy, and don't try to avoid communicating with us. And I need you guys to be open. When I hear you say, I can't, I don't, this happened to me, be prepared to be called out on that in a loving and supportive way, in a way that is meant to hold your hand and fix this for you. That ties into having your worldview examined and questioned. Be willing to fully take on what is presented here today. My talk up here is just the very beginning. Our amazing speakers have been roasted by me to bring you powerful shit. No fluff shit today. So your openness to everything we do is gonna be the greatest factor in your ROI on your time spent here today. Your openness. No more this happened to me. I think I've made that clear. And ultimately, let's remember, you will either have the results you want or the reasons that you do not have them. And I don't give a shit about those reasons. I really don't. All I want you to do is get more results. That's all I want. That's why, even though as I began talking to you today and my voice was shaking and I was nervous, I'm doing it anyway. Because if I ran out of here, then I would have a reason Diamond Day didn't work. I was too scared. Too scary. But now I'm getting the result I want. And my voice is not shaking anymore. Thank you. Thank you, it's awesome. So of course, I know I have your participation. And in the spirit of collaboration, let's remember, you do not have to offer insights or opinions or conjecture just for their own sake. If you have nothing to offer or no question to ask in that moment, it's okay. Let someone with some experience offer their say and be prepared to listen. We're going to explore your ways of being. What do I mean by that? Your meanings. Humans are meaning makers. That is what we do. That is what sets us apart. We attach meaning to everything. Somebody looks at me and does this, I'm like, I have 10 different theories as to what that means. It's insane. We're gonna explore your contexts, just how you interpret the environment. For example, when I'm with my mom, that is a context. I act differently around my mom, probably than I do in any other situation. So that's a context. We're gonna explore your yearnings, which means what you crave for your identity. Normally, when we want something, it would be like, I want a Rolex because I know when I shake somebody's hand at a business event and they see the Rolex, they're gonna think I'm legit as fuck. So I want the Rolex for some sort of reason, some sort of story that I have. Whereas if I say I want to be embodied, I want to be fluid in how I move in the world, I want that for its own sake. So really a better way to say it would be I yearn for that. We're gonna explore how you listen. Is it with eagerness to respond? Are you just trying to wait to say your piece? Is it to immediately question or doubt Or say, I knew that already, I knew that. Or is it to understand? Is it with the learner's ear? That'll tie into how you learn. Do you want to learn more stuff? Do you? It's not an easy yes question. I don't know what the answer is. But I know that if we change the way we think about learning, from learning more stuff to learning how to be a better learner, we will get exponential results. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Of course, your observations, which I've touched on, but it's worth repeating. Observing how you observe. If some of you guys who haven't done that before start to do that after today, I would be wildly happy. That would be a huge win for me. I would consider myself successful in putting on Diamond Day for you. If you just begin to observe how you observe. And your language. The said, unsaid. Is it descriptive? Is it generative? Is it full of shit? And as we evaluate this stuff, and as we find out some blockages we have, I'm going to do you a huge favor, because you no longer have to think about these things, about yourself, about your observations, about your ways of being as right or wrong. They're neither. They're not right, and they're certainly not wrong. All you have to ask yourself is this working for me? Is this belief that I need more leadership skills working for me? It's a much easier question to answer. Is who you yearn to be working for you? Is how you want to move in the world working for you? And is what you want to have, both the physical and immaterial, working for you? And I invite you to participate in all of this as if your life depended on it, because it very well may. If you are afraid, fucking fantastic. That means we're tapping into something. If you're having an emotional response, be it hell yes, which I know some of you are, or oh shit, that means this is significant and this matters. And what we're doing today is important. I'm so full of gratitude. So as I mentioned, one day, Diamond Day, one day. And I'm swinging for the fences. I'm gonna ask hard-hitting questions pretty quickly, and your openness will be what gets you the biggest return. So thank you for being ready and willing and excited and scared, which you could be all those things at the same time, right? Thank you for being all of those things. So without further ado, we're gonna introduce ourselves. As you all know, because you've all read my prompt, with your name, your business or occupation, and what you would love to teach another attendee here that you could show them in 10 minutes or less. As I mentioned, you don't have to actually teach the thing. You just have to let us know what it would be. And since everybody is ready to pay a lot of attention to one another, I would like you all to jot down at least what 3 other people can teach you while they are presenting. And I have some very cool prizes to give out to those who jot down awesome stuff. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Are we ready for this? Woo! Didn't anticipate that. I had no idea. You don't know what's going to happen until you put something out into the world and get the feedback, which is a lot of what we're going to focus on today. I'm going to give out some diamonds. These are raw Heineke. I want to say Heineken. A certain type of raw diamond that is mined in New York. I want to give one to Tiana for telling us her phrase when I put her on the spot for that. Thank you. Thank you for that. And Chris, can you just hold up your notebook and show everybody the notes? Yeah. Just flash through the notes you took on everybody's introductions. This was incredible. This was incredible. Did you get everybody?
I missed a couple names.
It was nearly everybody. Just hold it up in the air so they see like even one page of it.
Read my writing.
Analyze your head. He had 3 pages. So just for volume, I'm giving you a diamond. Here. And can anybody else share 2 or 3 people that they wrote down that they're interested in learning from? Who wants to go?
Lana has a way to travel anywhere in the world for $100. I would love to know how to do that.
You got another?
Oh, yes. Ella, how to make a good first impression as an introvert. Very interested in that. And then Ron, how to play chess. Not because I anticipate going to prison, but I did play chess with my dad over Thanksgiving and he crushed me. So I would love to know some strategies.
Woo! Thank you, Tim. Oh, thank you, Kim. Anybody else want to go? Okay, Matt.
I really want to talk to, I forget the name, I'm so sorry. Yourself. James. Sorry? James, yes. For the quick business connections, I've had a lot of connections. It seems like where I get pulled into things very fast and it goes sideways, so I think you'll have some great tips on that. I want to talk to yourself, the Instagram lady. I have been in have a lot of people come to me who are like more beginners, like they need to build that following first. And then Katrina, yeah, the Italian.
You did write down those names, right?
Yes.
Okay, then you get a diamond. But if you didn't write them down, I wouldn't give it to you. Okay, more diamonds to come later. Stay tuned. We're gonna take a break in just a minute, but before we do, I wanna say when you enjoy the coffee back there, that was sponsored by Sapphire Media Group. I'm super duper grateful to them and their sponsorship today, and their folks here in the back. Thank you so much. Sapphire Media Group is one of the largest fastest growing media buying agencies for the year 2020 and 2021. They're local right here in Scottsdale, and they do things other media buying companies will not do, which is test your offer on a CPA, CPM, or CPL basis. Basically, that is performance-based. You don't have to pay out of pocket for them to test it because they're so freaking smart at scaling the winners that the losers don't even matter. So like every $1,000 they spend in testing, they like make 50 or some crazy amount. Ask them. So ask them about that, even especially if you have working offers, and if you have new offers that you're rolling out and you want to test. They're just an incredible resource to go to. They'll also give you feedback on how your funnel is doing and where it's breaking. Like nobody else does this shit. So I'm hooking you up with them today. And they're hooking us up with coffee. So thank you. Like Matt and Ford, can you guys stand up real quick? Yeah, so they know to go to. Yeah, go to those guys. Thank you. Thank you. We're gonna do a 5-minute break before our first official presentation with Glenn. So enjoy some coffee. Thank you again, Sapphire, for that. And we'll see you in a bit.